Good morning, Claire here in the Pacific Northwest, Puget Sound area, grow zone 8B, and it is March 2nd. We've got a few weeks until official spring happens, which will be March 20th, and it's felt like spring the last few days. The sunshine has been out at full force. We haven't turned on our heater. We've opened windows up to let the air in. It's been glorious, and with that being said, it was like medicine to my sleepy winter soul, because I was able to get up and just start going and seeing things that need to get done in the garden. So let me show you what is popping up right now that is giving me life, and let me show you this new garden space that I'm creating, and the things that led up to that. So come on with me and let's catch up. I mostly ignore my front garden bed because there's not much going on, but I noticed this the other day when I came to take out the garbage, and these are the bluebells, the Spanish bluebells, and out here they might be considered a little bit invasive. I personally love them. They give a little bit of color and life, and I didn't plant them, they were already here. So this was my clue that I wanted to go check my daffodils. And lo and behold, this one was here and it's starting to bloom. And then I saw that the tulips had started to come up, and even more daffodils and bluebells, all the bulb things. So I'm so excited to see what pops up over here. And then we have some more surprises over here, some more tulips. And it definitely looks like the bulbs have multiplied, because more are popping up in spots than were there last year. So we will see how that turns out. Same thing for the daffodils. It looks like there's two here, and I'm curious if they grow taller. I know that sometimes if you don't divide them, they can be kind of smaller blooms. That's okay. Also back there, that might actually be an allium start coming up as well, because that's where I had planted that. So that will be interesting to see. I have some things I'm going to be planting up here that I bought this week, and I haven't gotten around to it yet. There's still more tulips and bluebells. There's a foxglove right there from that big giant one that was last year. The leaves for this look smaller, so I doubt it's going to grow quite as tall as the one from last year. We have more daffodils and more tulips all the way over here. I'm just so thrilled with this bed. Came out here and gave it a nice little cleanup this week. It instantly put me in the mood to start getting things taken care of and situated out here. And the kids convinced me to go to the plant store, which of course, they really had to twist my arm. Me and Katana picked out a couple of varieties of lavender, and we've got some Jerusalem sage that I'm excited to plant. And Connor has been into a houseplant thing lately and super into carnivorous plants.
So this is a pitcher plant. I just noticed how sturdy they are. Then this is my Venus flytrap.
Yeah, let me see the pitcher plant ones. Okay, now hold it still so I can focus.
They're kind of jiggly.
There, that's pretty cool. I have been on a mission to move all of the wood chips from the front of the yard into our backyard, because I had a neighbor complain about it. So don't want to piss them off, and trying to get that done. Our chickens have been having more outside of the run time to play around, and we've had to, catch them and play with them a little bit. I was trying to clean up the rose bushes a little bit, and of course my kitty hat had to come and inspect all my handiwork and see if he approved. I am not a master rose gardener, but this is usually the time of year that I give it a trim, and I try to cut it at an angle above a node, a little leaflet that it's set off, and take care of any branches that are crisscrossing that I don't want growing that way, or any kind of dead branches. And then our fat neighbor's cat had to come over and act so adorable that we contemplated adopting it and kidnapping it. But we do love when it comes over to want to get pets because it is so sweet and it does not scratch or claw. And the more cats in the garden, the merrier, because we have a lot of squirrels that try to kill the birds in the yard and dig up our plants and cause havoc. So I love having this one and ours hanging around. I tried to clean up the row garden where I had the cut flowers last year because I hope some of the seeds kind of reseed themselves, but I have plans for this space with things that I've bought for this year as well. And I also attempted to do something I've never done, and I was shocked by it. I don't know if you remember, but I grew some dahlias from seed, and I know they produce tubers, but I was literally like blown the freak away with the sheer number of amount of tubers that these freaking plants that started from seeds created. Like, what? I did not pull them up before summer, before the winter. So I'm hoping that I can kind of divide some of these still and plant them, but I've never done that before. But I'm just blown away. These are just some of the clumps of dahlias. This one's from my favorite plant, so I hope that I'm able to grow some more of those from that this year. And it's going to be another experiment for me. You know, I'm always trying out new stuff. So here is the big unveiling of the biggest thing for this year. My husband decided he wanted to move this shed, and it's full of all of this stuff. I can't believe he got all of that stuff out. He moved the shed. Oh, there was a black widow right there. So gross. So we were being very careful. But across the yard, all by his freaking self, and put it halfway, at literally the opposite end of the yard. It's you know, it is a plastic shed, but it is not light by any stretch of the imagination. So we're having to move things out of the way and rake the leaves out of the way. But he took it from there all the way over to here and put all his tools back in the shed so that I could have that garden space. Growing up, my number one celebrity crush was Sylvester Stallone. And since I saw him move that shed across the entire yard by himself for me to have garden space, he decided to do that. I didn't ask for that. He is my number one super duper strongman crush, and he replaces Sylvester Stallone any day, forever and ever. So ladies, when you hear the phrase, if he wanted to, he would, I have seen it in action. It is so true. When he wants to do something, he will do it. And I'm so thankful he chose to do something for me. And now all that is left for me to do is get the Black Widow riddled platform out of the way so that we can start cleaning up that area to make it a garden bed. Luckily, it was mostly rotten so that I could just jump on it and break it into smaller pieces. Thankfully, I had a little cheer section to keep me going throughout this whole project.
Yes, baby! Yes, baby! Yes, baby! Yes, baby! Yes, baby!
I wouldn't have been able to do it without my strong 11-year-old. Thankfully, I have his muscles in addition to my weak ones. And it was time to get all the leaves and all that junk raked up. And there's an old lawnmower that I think was here when we moved to the house that doesn't work, and just all sorts of stuff. There was an actual bush like growing directly underneath the shed apparently. So I thought it'd be easy peasy, you know, lift it up, but it ended up being a whole freaking tree root system that Connor got to use the chainsaw to break apart. Katana was sitting on the porch judging our work like a Roman emperor judging games at the Colosseum. Our porch is a hot mess right now, but stay tuned for the next coming weeks because I actually have some major plans for a facelift back here. Our chickens were taking advantage of our busyness and decimating my 2-year-old kale plant in a single afternoon. 5 million hours later, it felt like we got all the leaves and the horse chestnuts that were literally everywhere put into bags. And let me just tell you something, there is not a more disgusting smell than horse chestnuts that have been sitting in water for any length of time. It smells like actual, you know, decaying death. I would have thought a dead body was over there if I hadn't have known what those smelled like already. Like, ugh, they were in that pool, just lounging there for weeks, years, I don't know. But we were able to finish that task and get on with the next one, which involves cardboard and hay bales, like my very successful row garden last year. For the cut flowers, I am deciding to give this area a fresh start with some weed barrier of the cardboard boxes and then a nice thick layer of hay, or well, straw bales. So that was really, this was our last couple of days. I feel like we've spent probably a total of 30 hours outside every day that we were out there doing hard labor, but it's going to pay off really well. And it's always nice to have the kids involved and in the middle of everything. This time our dog got to be straight up in the middle of this and had the time of her life as well. I don't think we're done. I think we're going to have to go get a few more cardboard boxes and at least one more bale of hay before we can add the dirt. But I want to get planting a few things like right away. I have a lot of seeds that need to be planted like 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost for, I guess, cold stratification that I have not done yet and have been dragging my feet on starting. Literally anything I've started 0 seeds so far. So I feel behind, but it's great that I've been able to be so productive this last week. It's amazing what just a little bit of sunshine and vitamin D will do to get you going and get you started with springtime. So I'm glad we got a taste of that because I think it's going to go back to being a little bit cold and rainy the next week or so. But I have hope. I have hope that we are going to see the sunshine again and things are going to grow and thrive. And we're going to spend even more time outside now that it is beautiful. Thanks so much for sticking around to see what we've gotten up to this week. I am so excited for all the days and the weeks to come, and I cannot wait to update you even more as more things start coming alive and blooming, and life is all around us. So you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you're planting all your seedlings, getting all your seeds started, creating your garden spaces, getting all the leaves out of the bed so that things can pop up and come alive. And I will see you next week. Have a great day.